So, Dalton's Hot Corner. What do we have for us? Put some more money in our pocket, bud.
Yeah, looking at tomorrow night, pretty straightforward handicap. I think tonight's matchup between Darvish and Arrighetti is very interesting. I don't know where it's going to go between the Padres and Astros, but I really like the Padres tomorrow night. I think the Padres are every bit as good as the Astros right now, and I think that they are playing for a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think the Astros are a little bit more comfortable right now, and I think San Diego is kind of playing with their hair on fire and kind of has to. And tomorrow night, you're getting Michael King at minus 110 with the best bullpen in baseball behind him. I mean, Michael King hasn't had an ERA over 3 in a month since April. Like think about that.
I miss him so much.
May, June, July, August, September, every single month, an ERA under 3. He has been, bar none, one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he's followed by one of the best bullpens in baseball. And even outside of those two categories, I think the Padres are just as good as the Astros. So, look, Hunter Brown's pitched fairly well. Got hit around in his last start by Oakland, though. I just think the Padres should be favored here. Like, I think the Astros are getting a little bit too much name brand respect in that game. Realistically, I'd make it like Padres minus 140, and we're getting Padres minus 110. So it's a pretty straightforward money line play on a home team that I think should be favored in that game. So that's where I'd want to go in that one.
Well, listen, there are things that we both speak glowingly about with the San Diego Padres in respect to that matchup as well. I love Michael King like he's my firstborn son. I miss him so much. And I understand that he got us Juan Soto, but that really hurt. Michael King being the headliner of that deal really, really hurt me because I knew that kid was going to be really good. But also, that bullpen in San Diego is going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem in the postseason. And we kind of dogged them a little bit. You know, we made fun of them a little because they gave up a lot to get a bunch of rental bullpen arms, but it very easily could pay off for them in October.
Yeah, I mean, look, if they win a World Series this year, they should laugh back at us, right? Like
that's
at that
right.
point, the ends 100% justify the means. Like I stand by the fact that I don't think it was great process. I don't think that that's a great thing to be in the habit of doing. But like we talked about back then too, AJ Preller needs to win now. Needs to win now. And so if that's where you're at, going out and acquiring the hottest bullpen arms around and giving up everything to do it is what you do. Now, I think that this is not a great thing for the 2026 Padres, the 2027 Padres. I think they might be a little bit of a mess. But the 2024 Padres are damn good. And I think the 2024 Padres have as good of a chance as anybody in baseball to win the World Series, legitimately. I think I would not make the argument that the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Phillies are better positioned than the Padres because – I mean, I guess the fact that the Padres are going to have to play that extra 3-game series, but outside of that, once they survive that, I would make them a favorite right up with those others. I think that's how good they're going to be this postseason.
You could very easily be right on that as well. I just want to bring up two things as well before we go. The Phillies were the first team to hit 90 wins. It is September 16th. They are 90-59. I think that is really something. The fact that they're the first team to hit 90, not 100, 90, and it's September 16th. That is something that I think really needs to get thrown out there.
And just on that topic, a kind of footnote on that topic, as a Dodger fan, I, at this point, want the Phillies to finish a game or two ahead of us.
Interesting. Why?
Because I would much rather play the winner of Braves Brewers or Mets Brewers than Padres Diamondbacks.
Oh, yeah.
The Padres and Diamondbacks are two teams that are obsessed with beating the Dodgers. It's like what they're entirely built to do. They're the two teams that I think right now are kind of in the Dodgers' head a little bit. Mm-hmm. I would even though the Braves are good, even though the Brewers are pretty good, Milwaukee or Atlanta coming out to Dodger Stadium right now is not nearly as intimidating to me. I do not want to deal with San Diego or Atlanta, or excuse me, San Diego or Arizona if we don't have to. If that means we have to go to Philly in the NLCS, fine. I'll take my chances. You're going to have to go there anyway, right? So I would so much rather the 2 seed than the 1 seed.
I agree. Now that you put it that way, because think about it this way too. The Padres and Diamondbacks, like if you were to just to ask me blanket right now, I would take the Padres and the Diamondbacks over the Brewers and the Braves right now. Anyway,
100%.
like I think those are just better baseball teams right now. Yeah. So that is not crazy. The other thing I want to point out, and this just becomes, I feel like this needs to become like a thing, and it's a little late for it to become a thing, but here it is. The Chicago White Sox are 35 and 115. That is just unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Did you hear what their GM said the other day?
No.
He said they're planning on cutting payroll.
No, they're not. So they're, okay. The White Sox are 18th in payroll right now. Yeah. They have $134 million payroll. And they're 30. I mean, listen, if they're going to be that bad, you might as well cut payroll.
I cut $100 million. I get it, but man.
So the Angels are the next worst team in the American League. The Angels are 60 and 89. They are fully 25 and a half games better than the White Sox.
The Angels shouldn't be 25 games better than anybody.
It's bizarre. The Marlins are 55 and 95. They're a full 20 games better than the Chicago White Sox. It's laughable. It's unbelievable. If you're a White Sox, I genuinely feel bad. That's a fan base I feel bad for. So, you want to talk about Met fans have it worse than anybody else? Try being a White Sox fan this year. That is you had a better chance of being struck by lightning than being at the stadium for a White Sox win. It's unreal. Unreal.